Hello, this is Chase Morrison. I'm the Senior Consultant with Resource Planning Solutions, and in this edition of Excel Tips with Your Cup of Joe, I'm going to show you how to use Excel's choose function to create dynamic sum formulas. This technique can be used to great effect in your financial reporting application. So let's move to our Excel worksheet and I'll show you how it works. So here we are in our Excel worksheet, and this is pretty similar to the worksheet that we looked at in podcast 001 on dynamic titles, and this is using the same formula for the title. But again, we have set up a named formula here at cell E1, and we've called it month end up here, and these cells basically, or the choose functions, reference this month end name. As far as what's in this worksheet, so I have my P&L summary reports results, and then I have two other worksheets in this workbook. One with just a simple plan, so here's my 12-month plan for revenue, cost of goods, and gross profit. And then here are where I'm inputting my actual results. So I just have actual results through April. And then this P&L references the two different tabs for the plan and the actual. So here you can see I have the actual month plan and the actual current month actual in the variance. So by changing this number up here, I can basically change the month that the report is set up for. So right now, if I just change this to 1 for January, then you'll see the title change to January and the report changes to January. And you can see here's my plan, 2,500 in revenue and an actual of 24,560. And if you look over at our plan, you'll see the 2,500 for the plan, and then for the actuals, the 24,560. So how does this work? Well, I mean, this works just the same way as in the previous podcast, just now I'm pulling in the plan. So here I'm using this choose function, and again, the choose function, the first parameter is this index number, which is currently 1, and it just goes down, the choose function just goes down this list of parameters, and then it just pulls whichever one is on the list. So B8 is January on the plan, and C8 is February, and so on and so forth through December. Then the actual, it does the same thing, it just looks at the actual sheet. That's all it does, and then I have the variance over here. That's pretty much all it does. So you can change that from 2, then you get February, 3, March, and 4 for April. So taking that a step further, I've also done the year-to-date. So I'm going to unhide over here the year-to-date, and then you can see over here it's pretty much the same, just a little bit different. So here I'm using, this is where I'm really using the sum function and not just the choose function to create the dynamic reporting capability. So if I click into here, again, you can see here I'm using the choose function, but now the choose function is the second parameter in a sum function. So here's the sum, and the sum starts at B8, which is January. So when month end is 1 and this returns B8, this will just return plan B8 on both sides of this sum function, which will give me the total for January. But then when it's 2, then it's going to extend it to C8. So it's going to give me B8 through C8. And so on and so forth. So here you can see if I have 1, I just have January, and you can see current month is equal to year to date. But then as soon as I go to February, now I have a February report. So over here I just have the February current month, but then I also have February year to date, and then March and April. Okay, so that's all it is. Using the sum function with the choose function and combining the two, now I have a much more flexible report that my users can now just click into cell E1 and they can select the period which they want the report for. Hopefully you found that helpful. Give us a call if you have any questions. Thanks and have a great day.